Now at 6, a high school swim coach arrested. Tonight, accusations that video was taken of students in the school bathroom, and parents are appalled.
Coaches filming students. I don't know, I'm just disgusted.
Plus, compromising school safety after a student brought a gun to school. Tonight, he faces a judge and several charges.
And priorities in the state's budget proposal. The governor's plans that he says will save you money.
Timing out yet another round of showers and record-challenging warmth coming up.
Plus, a focus on food ahead of the Super Bowl that's bringing some spice.
Super Sunday is almost upon us, and it's wings up to all. I'm Jim Altman. More ahead from Southington and the Wing Addicts coming up on Fox 61.
Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. We are following breaking news right now at the capital city tonight, where police are investigating a shooting.
Yeah, we want to get right over to Fox 61's Brent Harden in the breaking news center with what we know so far. Brent.
Well, Jen and Ben, police responding to Congress Street near Morris Street for a report of a shooting. Our crew on the scene capturing this video. Police tell us one person was shot at a home, and we've just learned the victim is a man in his 50s. They say the victim is in critical but stable condition right now. It's unclear what led up to that shooting or if there are any suspects or arrests at this point. This is a developing story, and we'll bring you more information as soon as we learn it. Ben, Jen, back to you.
All right, Brent, thank you. Well, today, Governor Ned Lamont unveiled his new $50.5 billion two-year budget.
Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst joins us live from the Capitol to break it all down for us. Emma.
Jen, Ben, this is the governor's budget book. Pretty thick, pretty hefty here, and it details over $500 million in tax cuts, including that historic personal state income tax reduction. Now, Lamont says this budget is focused on middle class and working families, but lawmakers on both sides of the aisle saying this budget doesn't go far enough.
More taxpayers, a growing economy, coupled with our shared fiscal discipline, has resulted in 4 balanced budgets, soon to be 5.
In front of the House chamber Wednesday, Governor Lamont rolled out his new $50 billion two-year budget.
It makes the biggest investment in childcare, in education, in workforce, and transportation in our state's history.
The highlights the largest income tax cut in state history, increasing tax credits for residents and small business owners, and erasing $2 billion in medical debt for Connecticut taxpayers. There's also a focus on funding education and housing, with line items like an extra $135 million toward the state's public schools and $10 million in grants to help address the state's teacher shortage. Lawmakers are overall pleased with most of these proposals.
This is a pretty decent budget.
You know, years ago we were looking at what we didn't want to cut. Now we're in a position of where can we make good investments for the future.
But some think this budget doesn't go far enough.
There's some work here to be done to really help Connecticut families that are struggling now. But overall, I think we're going in the right direction.
Lamont seeming to anticipate pushback from lawmakers hoping to spend a little bit more of the state's $3 billion surplus.
Fiscal 25, if the economy holds up, we do have a little more flexibility there. So let's talk.
And now begins the process to actually pass this budget through the state legislature. All of the governor's proposals need to be approved by lawmakers in the state capitol here behind me. And this budget with lots more numbers, lots more details. You can find all that extra information on our website at fox61.com. For now, reporting live at the Capitol, Emma Wolfhorst, Fox 61 News.
All right, Emma, thank you very much. Well, we are following developing news in Meriden, where a high school swim coach has been fired after being charged with voyeurism. Tonight, both parents and city officials are reacting. Fox 61's Matt Karen live at Platt High School with what we know so far. Matt.
Yeah, that's right, Jen. And you have to remember here, what we know is probably not as important as what we don't know. Just because someone is charged with a crime, that only means that police found enough probable cause to make the initial arrest. That's a much lower standard than the burden of proof that's actually needed to find someone guilty in a court of law.
The individual's no longer employed.
Meriden Schools fired Platt High School's swim team coach after he was charged with voyeurism.
The coach is filming students. I don't know, I'm just disgusted.
The suspect is 23-year-old Daniel Barillero, Platt's co-ed dive team coach, who himself was a Platt student. These are yearbook pictures from 2018.
Background checks are conducted, so to that extent, we can ensure that that was done properly.
Meriden police tell Fox 61 in January, a female student athlete noticed a cell phone recording in a bathroom of Platt's locker room as she was about to change her clothes after practice. She reported it, and that phone was traced back to Barillero.
I want to commend the student in this case for taking a proactive measure to call something out when she noticed something was wrong.
Police said a forensic examination of the phone turned up, quote, no additional acts of voyeurism or victims identified.
If nothing is found on the phone, then probably there is no crime. However, if there is something on the phone, the question then becomes who put the phone in the locker room. And simply because it belongs to a certain person doesn't necessarily mean that they put it in there.
But with two daughters in the school system, Chris Fraza told Fox 61 he thinks a sacred trust may have been violated.
And if I was that student's father, I don't know what I would do, so to speak. You know, I'm not really a violent man, but I don't know what I would do. Police, coach, student, co-worker, boss, whatever. You know, people should live their lives without this around. I mean, it's inconceivable.
Now, Barillero actually turned himself into the Meriden police yesterday. He is now free on bond tonight, but he's going to be back in court on February 22nd for his arraignment. And Mayor Scarpati told me today that even though this investigation dates back to January, parents only found out about it today, the same day that we did. And that is because, again, based on the forensic analysis of this phone, no other victims were identified. We're live here outside Platt High School in Meriden. Matt Karen, Fox 61 News.
All right, Matt, thank you. New tonight, a former UConn student has pleaded guilty to several charges today after allegedly killing two people and kidnapping a woman in 2020. Peter Manfredonia pleaded guilty to murder in Rockville Superior Court. He also pleaded guilty to first-degree assault and home invasion charges as part of a plea deal. Manfredonia was charged with murdering his childhood friend in Derby, Nicholas Easley, as well as kidnapping Easley's girlfriend and forcing her to drive him to New Jersey. The 26-year-old is also accused of killing 62-year-old Ted Demers in Willington. Manfredonia led police on a multi-state manhunt and was found in Maryland. He's expected to be sentenced on April 20th.
An 18-year-old student was arrested and charged with assault and bringing a loaded gun to school in Hamden. All of this happening Tuesday morning at the Hamden Collaborative Learning Center. That's where we find Fox 61's New Haven County Bureau reporter Julia LeBlanc joining us now live this evening. Julia.
Hi, good evening to you, Ben. About a week ago, police responded to this school because a security guard was attacked by someone they still haven't identified. Now, yesterday, they got another call, this time for a student assaulting another student, and then they found a 9mm loaded handgun in a classroom.
The defendant put everyone in that building at risk yesterday.
18-year-old Khalil Davis Yancey in court on Wednesday after he was charged with assaulting another student and bringing a loaded handgun to the Hamden Collaborative Learning Center.
There's a strong case that he took a loaded gun to a school. That's a recipe for disaster.
Police say they first responded to the school around 8:30 Tuesday morning for a fight. They say a 16-year-old boy was visiting the school as a new student. Court documents reveal Davis Yancey recognized the boy, ran up to him, and punched him with both fists. Davis Yancey later told police he and the 16-year-old had history, and he would always, quote, badmouth him and mouth off to him. Davis Yancey was charged and sent home. 3 hours later, police got a second second call from security related to the first. The documents say Davis Yancey messaged another student on Instagram, allegedly asking her to retrieve a gun he hid in a box in a classroom closet. The girl told him it would be traumatizing to do that and told a school security guard. Police eventually found the gun loaded with 5 rounds in a 12-round capacity magazine.
Your Honor, has no criminal record.
In court, we learned Davis Yancey is a foster child, recently got a part-time job at Amazon, and is dealing with ongoing mental health issues. Those who came to court to support him walking out with somber faces. The school district is responding to the incident, saying it's increasing security at the school, assigning school resource officers to report there, and offering counseling to students and staff. In the meantime, they're holding an emergency meeting with the Connecticut Violence Intervention Center to stop any kind of retaliation. Now back out here live, Davis Yancey is being held on a $180,000 bond. The judge says if he does post bail, which he doesn't think he will, he cannot come back here to the school. He can't have any contact with the victim or any witnesses in this case, and he will not be able to, he will be monitored rather through a GPS tracking system. Again, that's only if he's able to post that bail. He is due back in court on February 16th. He's being transferred to New Haven. We're live here in Hamden. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.
Julia, thank you very much. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast. Mild temperatures out there again today.
Feeling good. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Hi, Rach.
Hi, yeah, we made it up into the low 50s for a lot of areas across the state. And even now at 6 o'clock at night, we're in the upper 40s. Moving forward, we are tracking the chance for a couple passing showers tomorrow, but it's not going to be a whole lot in the way of rain, and then record challenging warmth for Friday. Right now, 48 degrees for the New Haven area and 40 for Willimantic. While we are dry here close to home, this is the next storm we're tracking. There's a lot of rain associated with it, and you're like, okay, you said it wasn't going to be too wet on Thursday. Most of it will end up staying to the west of us and the northwest of us, but we will get clipped with a few scattered showers with a warm front that'll be passing through, and that will help bring the warmth to finish the work week. 11 o'clock at night, temperatures are in the mid-30s, and to start off the day tomorrow, we're looking at overnight lows in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. Tomorrow, we'll see increasing clouds. High temperatures will be in the 40s, just a little bit cooler than it was today. And notice occasionally there's a chance for a passing shower or two, especially as we head into the evening where it'll become a little bit more numerous. But you might need your umbrella from time to time tomorrow. And then the warmer temperatures arrive. We'll talk about it and what we're keeping an eye on for this weekend coming up. All right, Rachel, thank you very much. Well, new tonight, Hartford police have made an arrest in connection to a fatal hit and run that happened last March. Thomas Karanja is accused of hitting 3 pedestrians at the intersection of New Britain Avenue at Henry Street. Jillian Hegarty was pronounced dead on the scene. The 2 other victims were taken to the hospital with injuries. Karanja is being held on $300,000 bond.
A state trooper and firefighter are recovering tonight after being hit by responding to a crash on Route 9 in Cromwell. Police say both were injured but are expected to be okay. Police are encouraging people to remain mindful of their surroundings when out on the roads and everything that's going on the road, and be aware of distracted driving as well.
We want to make sure that there is some safe space for the first responders to do their job, and to make sure that anybody who might be disabled or in an accident are safe as well until help gets there for them.
It's believed that the icy road conditions overnight could have played a role in this, but both crashes are still under investigation.